starting off my pro career. Some of these faces look really funny. Just stick with average.
Yeah. So. Right, okay. Alright. Alright.
Starting off. Let's see what it's all about.
In the world of professional golf, EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present opening round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Frank, you don't want to get too cute with that second shot here at the 6th.
I remember many a time, Rich, when they put the flag right of center. You try and hit it a little bit too close, those palm trees all of a sudden come into play. It's one of those, that ball can go anywhere.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
Good looking shot right here. How'd you like that strike?
That was top of the tree.
These putts keep the round together.
All things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf. Action continues at the 7th. Frank, nothing spectacular to this point in the first round. What does the player need to do just to kind of generate some momentum?
I actually think they're playing all right, Rich. It's just, compared to the top of the leaderboard, you start to think, well, maybe they're struggling. But there's ebbs and flows in this game. At the moment, it's just sort of almost like a holding pattern. But it's time to change that.
Now the approach to the 7th. Frank, what do you need to be mindful of here?
It's rather narrow in the front of this green, and then there's some mounds both right and left. Be very aware of those mounds. They can actually help you out.
Doing, man.
Frank, no doubt these players have dreams of winning the big championships, the majors someday, but at least to this point, you would have to say this is probably the biggest day of their golfing lives.
Golf, or professional golf, can be a little bit like snakes and ladders. They've got themselves on the ladder. If they can climb this one, the next ladder, the PGA Tour. But don't slip.
Oh,
Frank
dear.
landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No, no chance. Third shot, looking for a good one.
Not the greatest of this game. Oh.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Solid par to remain 1 under. Here we are at the 8th at Pete Dye's famed stadium course at the TPC Sawgrass. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Frank, this is a hole that I really like.
And players do too, Rich, especially off that back tee where it must be about 80 yards of shoot that you go through before the hole actually starts to open up. And this green, 11 bunkers in total around the whole putting surface.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich. No, it's that sneaky distance.
Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. Shouldn't be a problem here. That is another bogey. It's getting messy, Frank.
Ouch.
Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite
Not
par
doing very
5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot. Second shot.
It's a big ball of crap.
Frank, when you think layup shot on a par 5, you think it's easy. This isn't necessarily that simple, is it?
No, you've got to keep the ball to the right. Otherwise, those overhanging limbs on those trees on the left, they become havoc.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
A rather nice shot, I would say.
Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face, and a good chance for birdie. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. And that does it for us here at TPC Sawgrass. Great day, Frank.
Yeah, a chance for the players to play one of the golf courses that has become so famous over the last 25 to 30 years.
For my partner, Frank Nobilo, and our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long from the TPC Sawgrass and EA Sports. EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present second round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich, there's mounding, there's that little gut out of the right side of this green. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away.
And this is looking really good. That shot does finish up on the green, but it sets up for a very difficult putt. Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. That was not a very good read right there. 14 feet to the hole.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. Frank, you're one behind. Sunday afternoon, you're trying to win one of the game's great championships. Is this a spot that you love as a competitor, the 16th hole of par 5, with a chance to make a lot of noise?
It's a spot you cannot hide from, Rich, because you know exactly there. If you haven't looked at a scoreboard, you can feel it from the atmosphere.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Chance to get it close here. Franco, the Web.com Tour, you're not playing in the big cities under the bright lights the way they do on the PGA Tour, but you are playing 72 holes, and you do need to go low, not unlike the PGA Tour, if you want to be successful.
On the outside, it might look like the bare bones of professional golf, but you play for less money. You know, you're driving yourself around, you're paying your own expenses. This is how you find, really, how much you've got. Are you prepared for the long haul? And then whatever you learn over that period of time on the Web.com, you realize, are you tough enough? Are you strong enough? Because all of those skills that develop are what will serve you in great stead on the PGA Tour.
It toughens a player up. We've seen it with guys like Matt Kuchar, with Tom Lehman. Lehman won a major championship. With Zach Johnson, another major champion. These are all guys who had to grind it out on the Web.com Tour before graduating to the PGA Tour. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Back-to-back birdies, we'll see.
Oh, yes.
A good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank, is this one of the toughest finishing holes in the sport?
It is, because the simple reason you've played 17 holes and the job isn't done yet.
Yeah.
Always want that last drive of the day to be a good one, and they've done it. That is excellent.
Warming up.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. This could be good. Didn't check, Frank.
Bounced off the pole.
Really, I mean, that almost like took that first bounce and just ricocheted forward.
Pretty good shot right there.
What?
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Solid par. Two rounds in the books, Frank, and a good spot from which to make a move.
Yeah, well positioned. Really, you know, if you're leading, it's a different pressure. Being in the chaser pack there, playing well, what a great position to go into with 2 rounds to go.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present third round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. This is the third round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the fourth and final stop of the Web.com Tour Finals. So we're into the weekend, Frank, and just remind people what's at stake here.
Top 50 players are going to go forward and play the big tour, the PGA Tour, the chance to play in major championships, the chance to become a star of the future. And right now, Rich, there's just 36 holes separating them between now and their dream.
She really hit that tee ball nicely. It is in perfect position, and now she'll have a chance to capitalize. This is the second shot at the par 4. This one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Well, that one didn't work out. It didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop. That's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it. No mistake made there with par.
Now to the second. Frank, what do you make of this hole?
Well, over the years, we've seen more and more people hitting 3-wood off this tee. And a 3-wood's normally easier to draw, and it doesn't run out down that right side. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Nicely played onto the fairway here at the second hole. Right in the heart of the fairway. Green light special. Frank, as we watch the Web.com Tour Finals, anyone in particular you think could be a breakout star from this group, someone along the lines of a Keegan Bradley?
Well, the golfer I'm watching right now, really, Rich, was considered a prodigy at the age of 2, and a lot of people in the golf world have just been waiting for this player to come out, and I'm being one of those. Very impressed. The golf swing is excellent, touch, but even the competitive skill.
Safely aboard. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Tough game. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. I don't know if that was a misread or what, Frank, but that one hurts.
Yeah, she's certainly going to have to pick up her socks after that. Not a good time to make a bogey.
Drops down to second place. Frank, break down the par 3 third for us.
A big ridge in the middle of this green. Really, you have a front section and a back section. That front bunker, the one that you first see off the tee, that really doesn't come into play. But there's a sneaky one behind the flag and down the left side. Really good par 3.
Good looking shot right here. That will be a great look at birdie. These putts keep the round together.
What?
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
That is a solid par putt. Hole number 4 here at TPC Sawgrass. 384-yard par 4 deep fairway bunker to the right of the landing zone. You want to avoid that. What else is there to look out for, Frank?
Those huge mounds on the left, they're just as penal really as the bunker on the right. So this is one where you have to pick an object in the distance. Really focus on that.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, the second here at the 4th is a dangerous shot.
Once again, this is another example of where you have to look at the green. Where exactly is the flag? If it's on that high portion, you've got to fly it all the way back.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie.
Given the situation, Rich, things so tight at the top. Very, very good birdie.
That was huge right there. Still with a great chance to come away with this title. Great strike and a great result. Setting up, good chance to attack the flag. Second from an excellent lie. No doubt we'll be happy with that shot. Well played. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
That's a good birdie right there. And to 4 under par for the championship. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
EA Sports and the Web.com Tour proudly present final round coverage of the Web.com Tour Championship. It is the final round of the Web.com Tour Championship, the last stop of the Web.com Tour Finals, and what a huge day it is, Frank.
One round will determine whether they graduate from the Web.com or back again here next year. The chance of graduation, though, the richest. Play with the greats of the game, all on play today.
Yes, golf. Can't go wrong with a little bit of golf.
Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich, there's mounding, there's that little gut out of the right side of the screen. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That's well played. Oh, good look at birdie.
There's that awkward length.
How are you doing, Mike? We're all well.
Frank, this game
Just
will
getting
drive you
pissed
crazy.
off with this game.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Because I'm shit at it.
Frank, how does that par help his cause?
It certainly doesn't hurt it.
Frank, you're one behind. Sunday afternoon, you're trying to win one of the game's great championships. Is this a spot that you love as a competitor, the 16th hole of par 5, with a chance to make a lot of noise?
It's a spot you cannot hide from, Rich, because you know exactly there. If you haven't looked at a scoreboard, you can feel it from the atmosphere.
Good. Are you at work?
Good lie in the fairway. Good chance to make something happen.
Ah.
There are a number of really good and important
2
grow the
hours
game
to
initiatives out there.
go.
One of those is the First Tee program, and that allows youngsters who otherwise might not have an opportunity, the chance to put a golf club in their hand, allows them the chance to pick up this game and learn some of the core values that come along with it. It's about much more than making a score. It's about integrity. It is about responsibility, values like that. And this game is so good in instilling those kind of characteristics in young people. Get down, look out.
It's over. The green.
Well, that is an
thanks.
exceptional shot
Hey,
on the green
Gigi.
and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, that's a formality now.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Grabs a share of the lead after making par. Well, Frank, as the old British announcers used to say, it's a watery grave. But every year, quite a few golf balls are actually rescued and brought back to life.
Well, if we think of the championship, back in 2007, 93 of the best in the world found the lake. The recreational player, in a year, 100,000 golf balls have dredged out.
That's good business. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position.
I'm getting
You have
so
to make
angry.
those from that distance. That hurts.
Even par currently.
That's a bad bogey at a bad time in the tournament.
You'd like to think it's just a slip on the controller.
Now one of the more difficult holes in golf. The 18th here at Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. In 2013, this hole averaged .39 strokes above par. What makes it so challenging, Frank?
Just that big body of water to the left of 18 here that's also shared to the right of 9. Not a single fairway bunker on this 18th hole. So really, lack of definition. It's so hard to find a target here.
Now the approach shot here to 18, just one last good swing, Frank.
There's a little false front here that you have to avoid. So something that pitches over that right bunker that lands a good 10 or so yards on this green is certainly the desired goal.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Frank, tie atop the leaderboard now.
I think it's certainly starting to get everybody captivated.
That was a nice birdie. Just a fantastic week of golf. Add that one to the win count.
A lot of great quality players out there, and to come on top of that leaderboard is truly a great accomplishment.